Last week's nomination exercise for members of parliament saw a number of candidates emerge unopposed amid complaints of questionable processes. Some aspirants complained that they were wrongfully deleted from the National Voters Register following a petition by one of the residents who claimed they are not registered voters of the area. On the sidelines with NTV, FDC presidential candidate Nandala Mafabi condemned these acts, likening them to a massacre of democracy. He argues that they point to a broken system where opponents are bribed and intimidated into silence.
People have lost interest in electoral posts. That's what I can tell you to begin with. But also, those whom they nominated who went unopposed. If you look at the two speakers, they did what they did was wrong. In fact, for me, on this one, on the election, I want to thank President Museveni for accepting to have competition. But the speakers of parliament to block their opponents, to go and deregister people, and even the electoral commission to deregister somebody, that shows that this electoral commission is mad.
Mafabi accused the electoral commission of failing to act independently, saying its actions have become politically compromised.
Okay, they were the candidate, Norma, so that they deregistered her. When she went there at the election commission, police was just arresting her. So that shows that is not opposition going independent. Of course, also bribery. Even in Mitoma, you have heard about the NOP candidate and the opposition. What happened?
His comments come amid ongoing controversy surrounding the Bukedia woman member of parliament seat, where FDC's candidate was reportedly barred from the process. Mafabi called for urgent reforms to restore public trust and ensure every Ugandan can freely contest for political office without fear or manipulation.
These are not unopposed, it's a massacre of unopposed candidates.
This as he promised to instate presidential term and age limits. He also promised to reduce the size of parliament in his government.
This parliament, what is it? India parliament, India we have 1.5 billion, about 1.4 to 1.5 billion. They have only 600 MPs. We have 559. Kenya, we are really, and if you are looking at the drainage of wastage in public administration, those are the big problems. Those are the ones bringing us to borrow money. Otherwise, we will not do it. Bring more money and invest in local governments. The production is at the local level, not in that top there.
Mafabi criticized the government spending priorities, saying that despite heavy borrowing, the citizens still struggle to access basic needs and social services.
The people themselves should see what is going on. In fact, they should understand, is their life better or is worse? The earlier they made a decision, the better for themselves. This poverty does not look for NRM, does not look for opposition. The poverty is eating everybody. If our budget is 75 trillion, for 10 years that's 750 trillion. What have we got out of that as a region? If 10 trillion was for roads and we had invested, by now we would have roads in tarmac in the whole country. If everything was 10 trillion, by now we would have all the equipment we need on hospitals. We would not be doing tourism.
The presidential candidate says some Ugandans have been turned into beggars.
You get our mothers, they work from morning to evening. They are living on loans. The youth are living on loans on borders. The microfinance money lenders are really the ones thriving in Uganda. Teachers, most of them, and I think also civil servant majority, have their cards with money lenders, the ATM cards.
The FDC presidential flag bearer, who has been on the campaign trail for almost a month, took a short break from campaigning today and tomorrow. Nobat at Kunda, NTV Tonight.